Hello everyone, my name is Trevor, I go by TheMrTrails. Welcome to the channel, and in today's video we have Dauntless 1.11.1 patch notes for you guys. Mostly balance and bug fixes, but there is a brand new thing that you can see right here. We do have the final Legendary Lantern amp from the Radiant Escalation. If you can't tell by my voice or didn't see my community post, I am sick, and it is the COVID. I honestly don't feel too terrible, and it's like day 3. I've already kind of feel like I'm getting better, so hopefully I won't be out of commission for too long, but understandably I'm going to try to make this video as easy to edit as possible. So let's jump into it, and first up, as I said, we have the final Legendary Lantern amp for Radiant Escalation, and it is for the Koshai Lantern. The Echo Bloom Legendary amp is only available to Slayers with Koshai's Bloom equipped. It reduces the cooldown of Koshai's Bloom by 500%. So if I'm remembering this math correctly, a 500% cooldown is going to mean that we are going to have a Koshai Lantern hold every 5 seconds at a base without having Etheric Attunement or the Aether Drive Tonic on our build. This definitely feels the most underwhelming of all of the legendary amps to me, because this is basically just going to be like really hard to kill, but I'd say the Skarn Lantern amp might be better at that as well. So not really sure, because it does like double your health bar basically on the Skarn Lantern amp, but this would make sure if your HP ever did drop below 100% that it would be for like half a second or something, because it means you'll basically have the Koshai Lantern lifesteal bonus the entire time. I'd say probably the more fun part about this is how often you'll be teleporting with this. Just imagine this with like a Tempest build. You'll be teleporting literally all the time. But yeah, not too much to explain about this amp. Kind of underwhelming, but it's also, it'll be okay. It'll probably be better than, you know, a lot of the amps that are already in Radiant Escalation. While the other Lantern legendaries might be better, it is still like, if you want to run the Koshai Lantern for those times where you wouldn't be getting the legendaries of the other things, then that's where the option kind of comes in here. On to balance. Increase Savit's overall health. They don't actually say how much they increase the overall health by. Savit probably had around 40 to 50,000 health to begin with, but this means that he's going to be a little bit beefier. In addition to already being a very slippery behemoth, I don't know if this was really warranted. Like, Savit was probably already one of the higher kill times in the game. I don't think they needed to increase its health any further. And to kind of combat our legendary amp selections, the Chronovore and Soul Reaper Chronovore have gotten an health increase, which this is pretty necessary if you want to keep all the legendary amps at their like current strengths. Plus, let's not forget how absolutely broken the skill tree already is for Radiant Escalation. And this is something I'll let you guys know about in 1.11.0. You can either reforge or collect an Aether Heart to complete the Scarred Master's quest chain now. For bug fixes, we have Valamir beams not hitting players apparently getting fixed. Hopefully the Valamir, like where the beams aren't pointing at you but they do hit you, hopefully that's not an issue anymore too. I have a couple of questing fixes here. Fixed an issue where challenges objectives that tracked spending wouldn't update as intended. Fixed an issue where quest type icons could overlap when displayed on some screens. And that's it. Favreau isn't updated yet, so that is it. That is definitely it. So yeah, this is a very small patch, pretty underwhelming. Now that I think about it, I guess technically when you have 500% cooldown reduction here, that would technically, you know, if you just compared it to all the other lanterns without their legendary amps, if you just did that, then that actually would make the Koshai Lantern the best lantern, because every 5 seconds you get 2,000 something damage. That's 4,000 damage every 10 seconds, which is better than things when they just have the Aether Drive Tonic. So like, the damage portion of this could actually beat out the Emberbane Legendary Amp, the Drask Legendary Amp, but definitely not going to beat out the Shrike Lantern or the Broadside Lantern amps, and definitely not beating out a Bastion build with a Skarn Lantern amp. So honestly, this is kind of just middle of the road. I wouldn't say it's terrible for the legendary ability, but it's not. It's definitely not the best of the bunch. But yeah, what do you guys think about these health increases here? I think the Savit one was pretty unwarranted, but the Chronovore one was probably a good idea. But yeah, hopefully I will be feeling better soon to be able to return to a regular upload schedule for me. It's also that I don't want a ton of my videos to have my voice sounding like this instead of what you guys are used to. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. Drop a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, And I have been Trevor, I go by the Mr. Trails, and I will catch you guys next time.